Hello, welcome to American National Government. This is our first lecture. It's on the course and a little introduction to myself. Again, welcome to the course. I'm Sophia Barkett. You can call me Dr. Barkett or Sophia, that's fine with me. I teach political science at NWAC and at the University of Arkansas. Uh, let's talk about my teaching philosophy because I really believe that basically it shows you how I will function as a teacher. Okay. So I truly believe that whoever does the work gets the reward or the knowledge. So my lectures, they will be informative, but I won't be dishing out everything that's in the book and the uh, videos. You do need to do the work to benefit. When I produce a presentation, I research what's in the readings, I look at external readings, and I become the expert on that thing, right? So the only way you can gain good command of a topic is by really doing the readings, watching the lectures, watching the videos that are in your to-do list for that week and giving your best to the assignment, right? So we'll look at many more things which are required. So you must do the work yourself and you must give it your best. Learning is painful in the sense that all these things are required. All the work has to go into it. If you don't do the work, your outcomes won't be fantastic, right? I'm here to explain things, however, so whenever you have a question about anything, I want you to ask questions. Send me an email. However, to do well, you must try. You must make the first effort. Course content. So in this course, we are learning about the foundations, philosophical, historical, about the American government. We're learning about the branches of government and how they function. We're learning about ideas that were influential, the systems and how it evolved over time. So we'll look at the federal, state, and local power sharing. We call the system federalism. We'll look at federalism in some detail to understand what powers the different divisions of government have. How much power does the federal government have? What are these powers? What can states do? What can local governments do? And we'll also look at ways in which they work together. So as far as state and federal, we'll examine the role of courts, the legislative bodies, the executive branches. We'll also learn about election processes, the media, public opinion, political parties, lobby groups, and more. So look at the syllabus module in Canvas for a more elaborate understanding, and we'll do that in a minute. We'll also spend some time looking at civil rights and liberties. This is a key focus area in the course. We'll examine the US Constitution, in particular the Bill of Rights. We'll examine the experience of different racial ethnic groups. We'll also examine gender politics, sexual and gender politics. Property and class is something we look at. The property is viewed as a very important institution in American politics and American government. And we will look at the development of property and industry and class and labor relations. Foreign policy will examine presidential war powers and other powers, and to some extent, the role of Congress on these issues. Course objectives. So students will develop a working knowledge of the American government and political system. They will complete assignments that expose them to real world scenarios related to American government and politics, and they will develop writing and research skills. So let's go straight to textbook. We will use American Government 3E. It's a free book you can download from openstacks.org. Go to the website, click on, let's go there right now if we can do that. Actually, let's do it a little bit later, and instead, let's go to the course module, which will have all these things embedded. Okay. So here we are in American National Government Section 8. Let's view as a student. So when you come here, you should see this welcome message. It's very important. Go and read everything. It will save your life in the semester. There's many things you need to know, such as types of assignments, such as where you have to go in the module sections. Basically, you have to go to the module section to find all your weekly lesson folders. You also find the syllabus folder in here. Syllabus module has the syllabus, which is the one at the bottom here. You also have all this information, course requirements, schedule of reading and assignments, more policies, my policy on using artificial intelligence, and how to make a video presentation. So we'll need all of these. So please look at these very closely. There is going to be a quiz on these things. So let's actually find those things. So go to the week 1 module after that. Week 1 asks you to do some work. Week 1, part 1 is sort of the introduction module. And it's saying, here's a list that you need to do. Every week is going to have a to-do list. And it's going to list everything you need to do. You have to take a quiz on the syllabus and you have to introduce yourselves. Make sure you do this by week 1. Introduce yourself, okay? And so here you see it's a discussion forum. It's due August 31, and you have to post a short video about yourself. Read the directions. It's super easy. You can take a picture of yourself. You can also upload a PowerPoint presentation. You also have to take a quiz by August 31st. It's on the syllabus. I've created the quiz, and it asks you questions about how the syllabus, basically, about types of assignments you have, types of topics you'll be studying, policies on use of AI, accessibility related policies, and other course policies. So make sure you read the syllabus very carefully. And then week 1 has another section called week 1, part 1. And this one focuses on European history. So please, again, go to the to-dos list, look at what is going on in week 1. I divide up the work, usually day 1, day 2, something like that, to help you work. It's going to be, this set are like short videos about European history. They're very cute, cartoonish videos. And then there's a lecture by myself, and then more small videos. So you can divide the work up like this, and then day 2 I separated because there's a paper that you have to read. It's by Paul Sweezy and Morris Daub, The Transition from Feudalism to Capitalism. And look here, it says see the other readings module. It means that the paper is in the other readings module. So go to the module section and you go down to the other readings, click it open, and you have Sweezy and Dob here. Click on it. The PDF version opens up. I recommend that you download the file like this. It opens up on your computer. That way you can have it on your computer and you can read it in peace. Okay, so if anyone has any trouble accessing the PDF, I want you to email me. All right, so this is how we are going to operate. Every week, there's going to be a to-dos list. You need to complete the to-dos list, right? And you're going to need it to complete the assignments, right? There's going to be assignments. For example, there's a quiz, there's introduce yourself. And if you want to know about me, there's the introduction to the instructor. In the second part, there's a to-dos list. There's a discussion on European history. Why did I get into this section? I want not for you to see the questions. Here, the assignment is telling you how many questions to answer. But I want to talk about the guidelines for completing the assignment. I set this up in every discussion we have. The guidelines are supposed to help you get the highest points. So many times students will answer, but they won't complete the assignment. They won't answer all the questions. So here, number one, answer all parts of the assignment adequately for high points. Two, do your own work. Don't rely on other people nor on artificial intelligence programs like ChatGPT and other things unless you have a severe reading or learning problem. If you have a significant disability, or if you are not very good in English, all the assignments are English, we teach in English, right? It's going to be a problem. You may use AI to explain to you what was in the paper, but I don't want you to use AI to actually generate an answer for you. If you have a significant disability, please talk to the Disability Resource Center at NWAC. And if you need accommodation, so then they will email me saying, so and so student needs to use certain, AI software to understand what's happening, or they need extra time on assignments such as quizzes or other kinds of assignments. Two. So usually for assignments, I give students 1 week to do the written assignment. So on Monday, the folder opens up. You look at the discussion question. You know what the assignment questions are. You know what the readings are. Students work on those things slowly over the week. They finish the reading, they watch the lectures, then they start writing. They don't start the hour before it's due, and they don't start the day before it's due because you need a lot more time. And when students don't have a lot of time, they feel overwhelmed, then they might use ChatGPT and other garbage to produce some answer, right? So why I say ChatGPT is no good. Number one, the learning is for yourself. Number two, ChatGPT doesn't, or other software, they don't really produce good answers. I've seen what they can produce. Many of the answers are written in a very, good English. The writing that AI does is usually very good, but they don't really discuss the content of what's in the readings and the lectures very well. For that, I need a student who will actually do the readings and find the problems with the readings or do a critical evaluation of the readings. ChatGPT doesn't do that. So do rely on yourself. Don't rely on other people. If you have a significant problem, you can go to the writing center at NY, right? They have a writing center. Go there and talk to them and say, look, English isn't my first language, or I have difficulty understanding what's written here. I'm trying my best. Can you please check to see if I've actually done a good job? I have a lot of problems writing correct grammatically. Please help me. So they are super nice. Go to the library and ask for uh, the writing center, and they will direct you to the right people. And the writing center and the library are in Burns Hall in at NWAC in the Benton County campus. So start your work in MS Word. Don't start your discussion answer in the discussion answer itself forum. Why? Because sometimes your computer will crash on you, like the Microsoft uh, Windows will crash. So what you do is you lose your work if you create it while you're just typing it in discussion forum. There's no way to save anything, so you lose it. So what you should do is create your work in MS Word and then save it even to a USB drive as a backup, and copy and paste your final version to the discussion forum when you're ready. Make sure to edit your work for spelling, grammar, punctuation, all of that. Create something very professional. Do your best work, right? Don't be shy to be excellent. Don't be shy. Do your fabulous, fantastic work, but do your own work. If you need help with writing, go to the writing center, as I mentioned. The minimum word count will be mentioned for each assignment. It will vary. So look at the list to find out what the minimum word count is. So that means that at least write this many words to give some substance to your answer. Sometimes there's going to be many parts of questions, and then your word count should be higher. Also, complete all work by the deadline. If you need more time, email me so that I can increase the deadline. Finally, cite all your sources. This is required to pass the course. List all sources used in the answer in a bibliography. So I'm going to list you or give you a set of readings for that assignment and tell you, here's some options. Pick from these. You have to tell me which ones you picked and all the sources you used. You should not be using outside sources, meaning that they're not in your list for the assignment. Don't bring in things which were not in the assignment. If you use that, I'll give you zeros. Okay, so you have to cite your sources both in the body of your answer as well as in a bibliography at the end of the answer. The bibliography is a list which shows all your citations. And the body of the answer is your essay, right? Where you wrote your answer and where you discuss the source, you should include the citation. For example, you discuss something from Andrew Smith's book on world religion. Well, then your source, your citation should have Smith, 2009, and then page numbers. So page numbers are important. If you don't give me page numbers, I can't give you points. So please think about these as you do your work. Let's look at your AI policy. Let's look at that document. For me, I told you that AI really doesn't produce the best work. It produces a very it's sort of this beautiful writing in English, but no substance inside. So I do need you to look at my policy on using artificial intelligence. If you really need to use AI to understand because you have a language barrier, you're not so fluent in English, or you just have trouble reading and understanding, go ahead and use AI to understand what you can. But you still have to go back and do the readings because you'll find your own on your own that AI doesn't do great work. Look at the schedule of readings and assignments. This gives you like a breakdown of what we're doing. All the readings are linked here as well for each day. So each week I divide up the work as I mentioned, day one, day two, like that. So all the stuff is here. Only use these sources for doing your for completing your discussions. So let's go to week one. We looked at that part two, the discussion on European history. You need to look at the list that was offered to you to answer these questions. If things are not listed in the to-dos list, don't use them. If you use external sources and cite them, but I did not put them in the list, in the to-dos list, then you're getting a zero. So make sure that you only reference things that are in the to-dos list. So for to-dos list for week three, okay, this is locked for students. Let me leave the student view so you can have a look. Let's look at week three. So we're looking at civic and political engagement, and there's a list. Read chapter, there's day one, day two, there's lists. Only use those lists. So this is what I'm trying to say. So let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So this is what we're basically doing. I'm going to stop very soon. Uh, Make sure you take the quiz on the syllabus and you complete the introduction, your self-introduction. Check out how to make videos. If you are really against making a video, that's fine. You can just share what you want about yourself in writing. So with this, I will log out for now, and I look forward to reading your and seeing your self introductions and hearing from you in the class.